He's walking in a circle. Where's he going? He'll end up in a park. What a great day. He's walking somewhere.
So some of you know I've got a bit of an obsession with this old railway carriage that someone used to live in down here, and I thought we'd done everything and said everything there was to say, but some footage has come into my possession from an anonymous source I can't mention that actually shows the inside of the railway carriage. I think some of you might be interested to see this, so here it is. In today's video we're heading out of town to find the remote church of Onehouse village, and then we'll be coming back round in a circle visiting the Paupers Graves and the old Workhouse before returning home. We're not quite sure where we're going on today's walk, but we'll see where we get to. And I'm thinking you're all probably bored of videos of Stowmarket these days, but with lockdown can't really go anywhere else. By now this channel should have had lots of videos of walks all over Suffolk and indeed other parts of the country. There should have been a whole series on Scotland on the North Coast 500 route. There may have even been a series going up the west coast of Ireland. I'm afraid today is another little walk from home, just out of town. We're heading sort of up to Onehouse Church. Whether we'll get there or not, I don't know. I think we're actually going to make it to Onehouse Church today, which I wasn't sure. So I've come out with the daughter and come out on my own a couple of times, and one thing or another happens and didn't quite get there, but I think we're going to do it today. So we've just basically followed the footpath up from the Shepherd and Dog pub, which you probably can't even see over there, but we've just come round these two fields. There's a couple of footpaths that turn off, but you don't get down them, just stay here with the field on your left, and in a little while, as you follow the footpath, you come to Onehouse Church, which is very remote. I lived here years before ever seeing it. So on this walk, when you walk around the fields and you come to this big barn here, you're going to turn right till you come to the track that goes down to Onehouse Church. Churchyard now. Just gave you a bit of history there, but I didn't press record, so you won't have seen that. So take two. Yeah, the story of this church is not a lot remarkable with it according to the history sites, but the story I know about the round tower, a lot of churches in this area back in the 90s had the problem that the towers, the flint inside the towers and the lime mortar was all crumbling inside. And of course then you got the danger that at some point the whole tower will collapse, which did actually happen, I think, to a church, the parish church in Bugden. And the church in Stowmarket, because of that, actually spent, I think it was over $1 million in grants and stuff, restoring their tower, putting the spire back on back in the 90s. But the story with this one is they tried a different method, which was like a company that injected the flintwork from the inside with a sort of glue. And the idea was it would all sort of soak in to the tower and hold it all together, stop it collapsing, but it didn't work, and I think it started dribbling down the inside of the tower. So the tower, I think I'm right in saying, has been reduced in height for safety reasons because of that. It was originally a bit taller. Hello. Maybe around that side. So we'll just have a wander around the church. Hope the round tower doesn't collapse as we go round. There is something nice about an old churchyard when it snows, especially when they're sort of away from everything like this. I don't know why this one's so remote. I think a lot of them were built for the convenience of the big hall, you know, the manor house or the squire. And there is a one-house hall here. I'll have a look on the map. Maybe closed, and that may be why it's here away from the houses. So I've been round all 3 sides of the church, in fact now 4 sides. Actually looking for a bit of respite from the force-8 gale that's going on. I don't think there is, even, you know, once you get here it's gale again. Nanook of the North. We're going to go back a slightly different way. As I suggested, we just follow the track. The same track we came down. Instead of turning right and going back down the field, we'll stay on the track to Onehouse village. And we come to the road at the end of the track. There's Nanook of the North. Right, head towards Stowmarket. Just walking on the road here. There's generally not a lot of traffic down here, but snow's still coming down sideways. I need to get windscreen wipers on my glasses actually. In the summer, a good thing to do on this walk would be to turn down Woodland Close there. I'll take you through to Northfield Woods, and you can go through there and sort of head back into town. That's going to be even muddier than the field we came up on, so we ain't doing that today. Church hall there and the village hall there. I'm quite sure why I'm wearing glasses at the moment. I can't see much through them. The problem is if I take them off, I haven't got anywhere to put them. And even if I had, I can't see the camera controls if I haven't got them on. the main road there, instead of bearing right like the road does. We're carrying on straight down this footpath, heading over to those trees over there, which are the Paupers Graves, the old workhouse. And we're going to go past the workhouse as well. Back off the road anyway. On the left we have the new building site. Soon all the fields begun on that side, and more Lego houses built. This is obviously such a sad place, and yet somehow it's very peaceful here. When the people of the workhouse died, many of them died from smallpox. They were sewn into their sheet and no coffin, just brought here and put in a shallow grave. And they didn't put a marker with their name on, they just put a little wooden cross with a metal number plate on. And the metal number plates have been found when the area has been cleared, and you can see some of them here. And then after 100, when they run out of metal plates, they just used to paint a number on the cross, but none of those survive to this day. Down here, we'll come past the old Stow Union Workhouse. And they really were horrible places, workhouses. There's a definite effort to make it as unpleasant as possible, separating families, husbands from wives, even kids, even infants. Even nursing infants may only be brought to the mother every few hours to feed. Horrible, horrible places. That was by design, so nobody wanted to use them. Except this stupid Victorian idea that if you're poor it was your fault. And if you only work hard enough, you wouldn't be poor. If that theory was true, I can tell you every woman in Africa would be extremely rich. So there's the old workhouse, Stow Union Workhouse, which is why the road at the end is called Union Road. And it's on a map 1888, but I think it goes back a little bit further than that. And here's the younger me to explain about it. In 1781, a house of industry, or workhouse, had been erected at Onehouse near Stowmarket at a cost of £1,200. The workhouse was taken over by the new Stow Poor Law Union, which came into existence on the 24th of October 1835. The nearby road, Union Road, is probably named after this event. Initially, the workhouse relieved the deprivation in the area at a time before the welfare state, but it became a feared, brutal place where families were separated, men from women and children from parents. At the discretion of the workhouse supervisors, a parent was allowed to visit a child for 1 hour a week at most. The census from the time shows that the inmates were small children, the elderly, and people with various disabilities who couldn't provide for themselves. The inmates worked long hours every day with very little relief, and it was a grim place to live. this point I normally say see you in the next video, but I can't see a blinking thing at the minute. That's blurry and that's obscured. Anyway, don't forget to hit the red subscribe button, press the bell icon, then you'll get notifications for new videos. If you like the video, give us a thumbs up on YouTube, and I'll see you, or maybe not, in the next video.